If you're imagining your perfect sea day activity by the pool, enjoying all your time outdoors, well, you might want to hustle if you want to get a chair by the pool, and I've got some top ways to beat the chair hogs up next. Hey everyone, it's Matt from CARIBBEANblog.com. If there's one thing that annoys everyone on a cruise ship, it's the people that reserve pool chairs for the entire day. I'm of course talking about chair hogs, which is a colloquial term for people that basically reserve chairs all day, whether or not they're using them or not. It's an unfortunate occurrence on cruise ships, and to be fair, also if you go to a lot of hotels and resorts, this happens there as well. But basically, some people will leave their belongings on one or more loungers near the pool, and then disappear for hours before ever using them. Technically, there should be pool attendants that look for the issue and remove their belongings. They haven't been there in a certain amount of time, but in practice, it rarely occurs. Now, the good news is all is not lost if you want to get a chair by the pool on your Royal Caribbean cruise. And while I could complain about the issue occurring in the first place, I think the more practical approach is to give you the solution to how to beat the problem. And speaking of the problem, it behooves me to point out that the chair hog issue bothers you as much as it bothers me. Don't be a part of the problem either. Utilize the strategies in this post, and then when you're done with your time at the pool, relinquish your chair so you're not using it as a way to set a better example for others. So I've got 6 ways to get a spot by the pool despite the chair hogs you might encounter on your cruise. The first strategy is to, get up early. While chair hogs are a problem, they don't get all the pool chairs right away. In my experience, if you get yourself up to the pool in the morning, you'll usually get a chair. How early? Certainly before 10 a.m. is a good rule of thumb to be able to get a chair. Shorter weekend cruises tend to attract more people to the pool, but you definitely want to get an early breakfast and then stake out your claim by the pool. While sleeping in is a wonderful feeling, it'll put you behind the 8 ball in terms of getting a seat by the pool if you roll up to the deck a little later in the morning. Now, if getting up early is not going to happen, then your next best option is to wait the chair hogs out. As the afternoon progresses, people start to slowly leave the pool in order to prepare for dinner or their evening plans. By 4 p.m., many chairs start to open up. If your plan is to spend all day by the pool, then you really want to get up early for a chair. But if you want just a couple hours, you might see if you can sneak one in closer to dinner time. Number 2, throw money at the problem. You can rent a casita. Some people prefer just simply to use money to get around the issue, and that's where Royal Caribbean's casita rentals come in. Available on a few cruise ships, these casitas come with a flat fee for use during the day. Now, you're wondering, which ships have a casita, Matt? Well, there's a number of them. Wonder of the Seas, Odyssey of the Seas, Oasis of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, and Navigator of the Seas all have casitas for rent on the pool deck. The price will vary, but we've seen prices about $199 for the day on a sea day and $149 for a port day rental. Not only do you get 2 chairs to use, but the rental also includes towels, a cooler, storage for your belongings, and a charging outlet. You'll also get 2 complimentary welcome drinks and 4 chilled waters with your reservation. I'm sure there are people not in love with the idea of spending money for pool chairs, but it's a surefire way to guarantee a spot for you on the pool deck, and you don't need to wake up at 6 a.m. My next strategy is to hit the pool on port days. Again, if waking up early and or spending extra money just doesn't jive with you, then your next best bet is to go to the pool deck when your ship is docked in port. On port days, many other guests disembark the ship for their shore excursions, and that means there's far less demand for the pool. Port days will find the pool far less busy than on sea days, and that can be the perfect time to hit up the pool as well as the water slides or even the flow rider. The downside to going to the pool on a port day is you're foregoing whatever activities you might be interested in while in port. So a good compromise is to do a tour in the morning and then go to the pool after your excursion is complete. Even after lunch, the pool deck usually doesn't get too busy on a port day. Another way to beat the chair hogs without spending any money and even getting up early is to get a chair away from the pool. Let's say it's 1 p.m. You want to be outside and lay out in the sun on a sea day, and renting a casita just isn't in the cards. Now what? There's usually a lot of lounge chairs elsewhere on the pool decks, especially if you venture away from the pool. Often there are unused chairs and loungers if you walk all the way forward or aft. I found these chairs both in the sun and in the shade depending on location. You won't be able to see the pool fun, but for many people, it's just about being able to lay out, read a book, catch a nap, or enjoy the sun. Another good strategy is to look for pool chairs near the kids' pool. In my experience, chair hog's kryptonite is being near the kids' area. On ships that have Splashaway Bay or the H2O zone, I've generally found more chairs available near these spots than the main pool. So if you don't have any kids, put on your noise-canceling headphones and enjoy the lounge chair you wanted without nearly as much competition. Another way around the problem is to book a suite. On most ships, there is reserved seating for suite guests somewhere on the pool deck. This reserved area usually has enough loungers throughout the day. Whether it's worth it to book a suite on Royal Caribbean or not, One consideration may be how much time you take advantage of the pool deck. Keep in mind, by the way, that the suite sun deck is for guests in a grand suite or higher, so if you're booking a junior suite, that won't count. If your idea of a great cruise spending all day by the pool, booking a suite might be a good investment, so that way you get time over there. And lastly, I need to talk about not a strategy for getting around the chair hogs, but talking about not being a pool chair vigilante. Listen, chair hogs are just, inconsiderate people. I'm with you on that one. And they shouldn't be doing it. And Royal Caribbean should be enforcing the rules, which unfortunately they really don't. All that being said, it's not your place to go enforcing the rules on your own. The reason why I'm saying this is it's just going to set you up for a potential problem with another guest. And the last thing you really want to do is get into a fight or an argument about pool chairs. It's just not worth it. Number one, it's not your job. You don't work for Royal Caribbean, so it's not your job to enforce the rules. Number two, no matter how inconsiderate other people are, it's not your job. So if you see someone who's clearly being a chair hog and they disappeared for hours, go talk to the pool attendant. If it truly bothers you, go to guest services, let them know about it, let them know in your post-cruise survey. But at the end of the day, my best advice is do not insert yourself into the problem. Try to get around the problem, work with it. Just understand that when you look back on it, it's going to be one of those, I shouldn't have even bothered with it, which is not worth your time. Anyway, there's some strategies for how to get around the chair hogs on your Royal Caribbean cruise. I truly believe if you employ one of the strategies that I talked about, you're going to be able to get a chair during your cruise. So hopefully these will help you out. Let me know in the comments below, what was your best strategy? How do you usually get a chair by the pool? Let me know your tried and true strategy, especially if I didn't include it in my roundup. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way, YouTube lets you know we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanblog.com. We'll talk again real soon.